Todd Spangler, Detroit Free Press, published 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, August 28, 2019, Washington. All of the top Democrats running for president next year appear to hold leads over President Donald Trump in Michigan, according to a new poll that also indicates that as many as 20% of Republicans could be looking to vote for someone else. In a poll made public Wednesday morning, Epic MRA of Lansing said former Vice President Joe Biden had a 51% to 41% lead over Trump in a hypothetical head-to-head matchup in Michigan, which Trump won in 2016 by a slim margin. But while Biden's 10-point lead, more than double the 4 percentage point margin of error in the poll, is the largest lead posted by a Democrat in the poll, Biden isn't the only one with an edge over the sitting Republican president. Epic MRA's poll indicated that the three other top candidates running, U.S. Sens. Bernie Sanders of Vermont, Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts and Kamala Harris of California, all lead Trump, though by smaller margins. Warren, who has seen big improvements in national polls in recent months, leads Trump 49% to 43%, and Sanders, who was the Democratic runner-up to Hillary Clinton for the nomination in 2016, leads Trump 48% to 44%. Harris holds a slimmer 46% to 43% edge. Epic MRA only surveyed public opinion on those four head-to-head matchups, but virtually all polls show those four candidates dominating the crowded Democratic race. For the survey, the pollster, which does work for the Free Press but conducted this poll independently, interviewed 600 randomly selected likely voters between August 17 to 21. It did not include a question asking respondents whom they favored in the Democratic primary. But pollster Bernie Porn noted that among Democratic voters polled, 81% gave Biden a favorable rating, followed by 72% for Sanders, 59% for Warren and 49% for Harris. These numbers can suggest possible performance in a Democratic primary, Porn said. The poll comes at a time when some surveys and other indicators have started to show a surge for Warren and some slippage for Biden, who was the only candidate tested in a head-to-head matchup with Trump in Epic MRA's June poll. That poll showed Biden up 11 points against Trump in Michigan. The new survey indicates that after 20 candidates debated at Detroit's Fox Theater in late July, Michigan voters still favor the former vice president as the most likely among them to beat Trump. With the primary season likely to kick into a higher gear after Labor Day and with 14 months until the election, however, circumstances could change drastically. Meanwhile, the poll continued to show that a clear majority of Michiganders, 62%, either plan to vote for someone other than Trump or would consider doing so. Only 34% said they would vote to re-elect the president, underscoring that sentiment is widespread disapproval of Trump in Michigan. In Metro Detroit, 68% said they would vote for someone else or consider doing so. In the outer suburbs, including Livingston and Washtenaw counties, the percentage was even higher, 73%, and while exit polls showed that Trump beat Clinton among white voters in Michigan 57%. To 36% in 2016, this poll indicated that 56% of whites either plan to cast a vote for someone else, 43%, or are considering voting for another candidate, 13%. 95% of black voters, meanwhile, are looking at some other candidate. 97% of Democrats and 69% of independents said they could or would vote for someone else, the poll said. Even 20% of self-identified Republicans said they would vote for someone other than Trump or consider doing so. But at this stage of the race, not all of those potential rivals are considered equal. For instance, while Biden leads Trump against all age groups except one, those aged 50 to 64, and is at a virtual tie with the president among whites, 47% Trump, 46% Biden, Sanders and Warren, while doing better than Biden with younger voters 18 to 34, do worse than he does with older voters. And compared with Biden's virtual tie with Trump among white voters, the others trail Trump among whites by 6 or 7 percentage points while also not doing as well as Biden with black voters. Biden also is the only one of the four to hold a slim 47% to 45% lead over Trump among voters with no more than a high school diploma. The others all trail Trump among those voters. And while all of the Democrats hold leads over Trump among voters with any post-high school education, Biden's margins among those voters are equal to or greater than theirs when compared with Trump. Read more. Democrats go after Biden at Detroit debate. Former Vice President strikes back. Donald Trump trails Joe Biden by double digits in new statewide Michigan poll. In the era of Trump, Michigan's political map is changing. Here's how. Contact Todd Spangler, Spangler at freepress.com. Follow him on Twitter at @Spangler. Read more on Michigan politics and sign up for our elections newsletter. Let's block ads.